He needs it.
This is a map of San Francisco. There's a lot of plots on that. You may be asking, what is that plotting? Well, this is an app where they plot the human feces that are found on the streets of San Francisco. And you see how almost the whole thing is covered, because that is what has happened in one of the previous greatest cities this country's ever had. Human feces is now a fact of life, except when a communist dictator comes to town. Then they cleaned up the streets. They lined the streets with Chinese flags. They didn't put American flags there. They cleaned everything up. So they're willing to do it for a communist dictator, but they're not willing to do it for their own people.
Listen to this guy. Look at Gavin Newsom. Why are you laughing about this? This isn't a funny thing to be the leader of a state that has literally an app that can show all the feces in your entire major city within your state. This guy is a joke. I don't know how much money. They said billions of dollars went towards homelessness, and throughout the years, homelessness went up in California. Where is all this money going to? It's being thrown away by all these people that Californians have voted for. It's going into the leader's pocket. They're pocketing it, and they're not doing anything for the people.
Well, Sheng Tao and her attorney said that she has done nothing wrong. But the U.S. Attorney's Office today in San Francisco says they have evidence that Tao and her partner covered up bribes. A stunning announcement at San Francisco's federal building Friday. The U.S. Attorney's Office unsealed the 8-count indictment accusing former Oakland Mayor Sheng Tao and her partner Andre Jones, along with 2 Oakland businessmen, David Duong and his son Andy Duong, of bribery, conspiracy, mail fraud, and wire fraud. The 22-page indictment alleges the scheme started in 2022, just before Tao was elected mayor of Oakland in November.
Weeks before that election, Tao made commitments to take official actions as mayor that would benefit the Duongs.
Tao's home was raided by the FBI prior to her 2024 recall. The indictment repeatedly refers to an unnamed co-conspirator who worked with the Duongs. The indictment alleges Tao and Jones tried to cover up cash payments for a $95,000 no-show job salary to Jones from the Duongs. It also alleges they covered up funding for campaign mailers from David and Andy Duong, whose family operates recycling and housing businesses that contract with the city. In return, Tao allegedly pushed for renewal of contracts and exerted influence as mayor to help the Duongs' businesses.
Her agreement to purchase housing units from a company owned by the Duong family. Her agreement to ensure the extension of a contract for recycling services that the city of Oakland had with one of David and Andy Duong's companies.
Tao's attorney, Jeff Tsai, spoke immediately afterwards.
The case is built on allegations from an unknown co-conspirator that we believe when the evidence is...
The evidence will come out. I mean, a lot of people keep wondering and asking questions. Why is Oakland, California such in poverty? Crime is crazy. It's always been known for this in Oakland. Whether it's through the media, news, rap music, I mean, you name it. You have corrupt people that take these positions there, don't do anything for the people of Oakland. Hog all this money for themselves, and then when it's time you get caught, the truth always comes out. It's just sooner or later. And then we have to have Republicans come in to clean the Democrats' mess. Because Democrats do not know how to run a city, a state, or a country. It's been proven with these cities that are going through situations that could have been prevented to have the least amount of damage to their own citizens or property within their communities. States, governors, Democrats are not doing a great job taking care of the whole state, the whole country. Biden, Harris, Democrats, still destroying this country. It's like they're basically asking the American people, never vote for Democrats ever again, because they are destroying this country and what we stand for and what we are trying to achieve. Better living conditions, less rates on paying for groceries, gas, all the good stuff. And, being able to walk down the street without getting victimized by a criminal. that shouldn't even be in this country.
Revealed will show that my client has committed no crimes.
I like how this
Mayor
guy in the
Tao
back.
was very quiet in court, calm,
I like how that guy in the back was holding a little sign.
giving brief answers with no sign of emotion. As she left the building, her
She
attorney
doesn't
said
care.
she had no comment. David and Andy Duong also declined to comment as they left the Oakland Federal Building.
If you're a good, honest person and you're put on trial, you're going to be, and if you're not doing anything wrong, you're going to be saying something. If you're keeping your mouth shut, you have the right to remain silent, which means you are already thinking about ways to get out of this hole that you dug yourself in. It's pathetic.
Duong's family attorney said that they did want to make a statement saying that their client is innocent and that will be proven in court. The next date is scheduled for the first part of February, so it will be very quick when they will be back in there for the next hearing.
Very serious charges here. How many years in prison could the former mayor be facing?
These are really serious charges. So 20 years maximum penalty for the conspiracy, bribery 5 to 10. So if you add them all up consecutively, it could be as many as 95 years if she is found guilty.
Let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about.
It's sad that we have to lose In-N-Out, and not only this business, but many businesses throughout this area.
Never has a burger tasted so bittersweet. It's closing day for In-N-Out Burger off of I-880 in Oakland, the first time the chain has ever shut down a restaurant for good. Thank you for joining us. I'm J.R. Stone. Oakland leaders say their efforts to bring down crime in the Hagenberger corridor are working, but it was not enough to convince In-N-Out to stay.
Everyone has their go-to favorite
Laughing.
at In-N-Out.
Double, animal style fries.
Definitely a #1 with pickle.
It's the last time those cravings can be satisfied at this In-N-Out location off Hagenberger Road in Oakland. It's closing for good.
I knew it was the last day today to come out. I know this is the first one to ever close in its history. So I wanted to come out and show some support.
I grew up coming here since I was little, so we thought we'd come to get our last burger at this place.
This restaurant opened in 2005, but ongoing crime on the property and in the neighborhood left the burger chain making the tough call to close over safety concerns. Warnings.
Do not leave valuables visible in car. You know, when you pull up to any place and you see a sign that says this is basically them telling the American people, there's criminals that we don't stop. So instead of having our, law enforcement take care of issues to prevent break-ins, we're asking the American people to make sure you have nothing in your vehicle that is valuable, because there's a high chance that it can get broken into and stolen. That's pathetic leadership for the areas that have these type of signs. It's pathetic.
Sign in the parking lot telling In-N-Out customers goodbye. City officials hope that Oakland's incoming police chief can help keep other businesses from packing up and leaving town.
It's going to take a strong police chief action and working with our police department, the neighborhood, to make sure that this does not continue.
Someone that is not corrupted by the system.
Yeah, this is one of the 12 San Francisco Walgreens that are set to shut their doors for good in February, and customers tell me stores like this are neighborhood anchors. San Franciscans throughout the city are learning their local Walgreens is one of those closing its doors for good next month. Walgreens announced it would be closing 12 stores in San Francisco in the final week of February, with a statement reading in part, quote, "Increased regulatory and reimbursement pressures are weighing on our ability to cover the costs associated with rent, staffing, and supply needs. It is never an easy decision to close a store."
See, and this is what sucks, because the people that live within these cities that are getting affected with losing stores like Walgreens or restaurants and fast food joints like In-N-Out in Oakland, the entire Bay Area in California, I mean, these people are voting for the leaders in their respective cities and jurisdictions to basically not protect these places for people to go to. If you know crime is up, you add more law enforcement to secure these places so people can go to these places knowing they won't have to be robbed or are able to leave things in their vehicle. It really sucks. hearing these stories, and I know there's going to be more businesses and more stores that close in California because of the crime. If Gavin Newsom and the respected or the appointed leaders in these cities, these major cities in California, aren't acting on enforcing the law, protecting people, and actually showing action to show that the state is actually improving. I don't know how much money, they said billions of dollars went towards homelessness, and throughout the years, homelessness went up in California. Where is all this money going to? It's being thrown away by all these people that Californians have voted for. It's going into the leader's pocket. They're pocketing it, and they're not doing anything for the people. And the recall with Gavin Newsom really pisses me off, because they gave you, I think he was tried recall twice. And the first time should have gave a hint to all Californians, hey, something's going on with Gavin Newsom, the way he's leading, what he's doing with the money. He's not helping the roads. He's not helping people. He's not doing anything. People rejected it. The second time around, they tried to do a recall, and still that wasn't enough to boot this guy out to help save California. Major reason why I left the state. I couldn't be there anymore, and indulging in politics and the news and figuring out what's going on in the world. People are saying California is the best place to be. It's a beautiful state in the sense of its nature, and people always say the weather of California is the reason why they live there. But that's not enough for me to stay there. I know there are many other places in the world that have better weather than California. And you can choose to travel to those places and enjoy that weather. But when you're choosing to live in conditions where you have to be worried about going down the street to go get some medicine for your family or yourself, you have to think about, carrying some type of protection in a state that's not even fond for even having a gun. It's like this state is also, it's just too many issues. There's just too many issues with this state, and it's unfortunate. Honestly, my opinion, we need a Republican to take over that entire state to bring it back to life, because these Democrats had just in the ground. And it's unfortunate because the ones that are paying for it are Californians. All right, guys, so this is all I have for you for this segment. If you guys like the video, please press the like button. If you'd like to subscribe, please subscribe. If you have any questions or like me to respond to any other videos, go ahead and leave it in the comments. All right, guys, till next time. Peace out.